Has anything you've been able to do this season surprised you at all? Because I know you didn't play at all last year.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean, coming back and playing after like a year and a half is definitely a little difficult, just trying to get back into the groove of things. But I mean, this is just kind of what like I used to do back when I was playing before. So I mean, nothing has really surprised me, I guess. No.
Does your knee feel pretty normal, or are you still kind of?
Yeah, it's feeling really good with the brace. Yeah, it's feeling really good.
PJ, go ahead.
Sure. This is for Aari. You know, Lauren had a key block right there in the last closing couple of minutes or whatever, and her defense has really come on strong. What are you seeing from her, and how did she help you guys win this game?
Yeah, just this whole weekend, Lauren has been playing beyond her years. She's coming in, giving us solid minutes, whether that's rebound, getting easy putbacks, being strong with the ball, getting key blocks. So she's just really been playing beyond her years, and I'm proud of her for that. And that just shows how hard she goes in practice and how determined she is to do good and be great.
And both of you, you know, this was another game that came down close to the end, right? And you showed real grit in both games. What else do you think it's showing about who you are and who you're going to be?
Yeah, like the coaches said, it kind of started out like it's like practice. You know, we go at each other's throats. So in the game, we expect it to be easier because we get the best of each other. And so in the future, I see us going. I mean, I don't want any more gritty wins or close wins like this, but it just shows that this team is competitive. We want to win. Like if you look a couple years ago, you know, we wouldn't have came back from like these deficits. So I mean, it just shows that how competitive we are and how like we have the will to win.
Javier, go ahead.
Hey, Lauren, you're so far in the first 3 games, you're averaging about 20 minutes a game, you know, contributing a lot of minutes. What are your thoughts about that, being able to contribute like that right off the bat?
It's really nice, actually. I mean, we have a really deep bench, so I think that's something that we really use to our advantage. So I know coming in, like when it's off the bench, if I come in like at the end of the first quarter, whatever it is, like I'm going to get those good minutes because we have a lot of people that can play on the bench. So that's really an advantage for us, and it's good for our team. So.
And Aari, the other night, Trinity had a big game, monster game, and then today, Lauren has one. Can you talk about the resourcefulness of this team in that manner?
Yeah, like Lauren said, we have depth this year. Last year, we couldn't go down the bench like this and have somebody come off the bench and get a double-double. So, you know, that shows the testament to great players who Coach Barnes and Coach Sabo are recruiting. So, you know, and that just shows how they put in work. And when their number is called, they delivered. And it's been shown the past 2 games.
PJ, go ahead.
Sure, this is for Aari. What do you think sort of sparked this run in the, you know, towards the end of the game? You guys outscored them, and then, you know, you're tied at 72 and you get fouled and you hit a couple free throws and put yourselves up, and then you just hang on. What do you think sparked all of that all of a sudden? I know you were working hard at it.
We were just talking. I was also talking to the teammates on huddle like, hey, we're not losing. And, you know, they're holding us good. They're playing good defense. But, you know, for us to get going, it starts with our defense. So I feel like our defense, like a block from Lauren, rebounds from Sam, and I'm just playing great containment D. I mean, that ignites our offense. You know, I just felt like the 5 that was out there were just playing smart and playing together, and we really wanted to win. So that's what started everything, just our mindset.
So another close game today, one that comes down to the end. What do you think that shows about your team right now where you are?
It shows that we're not as good as everybody thinks we are right now. Just to be honest, I think that we have a lot of talent, but we need to get better. Our offense is not flowing. Defensively, that was not Arizona defense. We're not disciplined right now. So talk to the team about we have to be humble. We have to work on fundamentals. We have to work on basics like jumping in the air, making passes. That's not what we do. And that's stuff we work on every day. So I just don't know why it's not translating the game. So what I'm going to do is go back to the drawing board, continue to have us work on it, and we will get better. But the positive thing for me as a coach is I've seen a drastic improvement. We played at NAU, did not play well, played better against UCLA, but it's still not we're probably putting together like I'd say 20 minutes of good basketball. and now we played at USC. We did get the sweep, which is huge for us because they're both really good teams. But we did it, coming back. And both, I think today, I don't know the biggest deficit. I think it was 12. So we came back from 11-point deficit and a 12-point deficit. So we're like the comeback kids right now. But that's not that you can't win games like that.
Can you please talk about Lauren's performance? You're playing her about 20 minutes a game right off the bat. Can you? What has she shown you in practice to merit that kind of time, and what did she show you today?
So Lauren is phenomenal. She's going to be a star in our conference. She's going to be a key player for us for a long time. I'm not surprised at all by how she's performing and the minutes she's getting. She's so smart. There's things you can't teach. Like I can't teach her IQ right away. Some of her natural ability is really helpful. She's a natural communicator. So she's a freshman and she's talking like a senior would do in more than most seniors would do. She picks up offense, she picks up strategy really fast, so we can make adjustments in the game. And most of the time, freshmen are lost in those situations. She can score around the basket. She still takes some shots off balance, but those are things we're working on every day. And so you'll see that improve. It's similar to how when Kate was a freshman, you saw the improvement on her being stronger and taking better shots. But she got really tough rebounds in traffic. She altered a lot of shots. She plays so smart, and she's just going to continue to get better and better. I mean, she was huge today. If she doesn't come out and have her 12 and 12 and give us those key tough rebounds in traffic, we don't win the game. So she was really big. I think Aari, Kate, and Lauren were huge for us. I mean, Kate was a force, Lauren off the bench, and we put her in tough situations today. So she's also getting experience. It's going to help us down the road.
What can you just say about, this weekend in general? I mean, just a few years ago, you'd be happy just to win one of these games against USC and UCLA. And now this year, you're expected to win them both, and you did win both. So, I mean, what does that say just about, the progression of this team?
So I think the progression of the team and the program, I think getting a split or stealing a game here and there was kind of how it used to be. Now we are expected to win that. And I think it's a very different role that none of us have been in. I think when you have all these rankings and you're projected high, this and that, which they don't mean anything. But I think what it does is that it gets, you get everybody's best shot. So you get just like I told them, we used to be the underdogs and we used to just want to go get a steal, and you could play with no pressure. I think it's a lot easier to play with no pressure. So I think for us, like we shouldn't look at it as pressure. We need to go out there and have fun and play our style and stick to what we do. And we're not doing that yet. We're doing that at times. When you see us coming back, you see that type of basketball. But we just need to do that consistently for 40 minutes. And then, we'll play at a different level. But I think now the expectation is we do expect to be able to take care of home court. We know on the road in our conference, it's very difficult. So taking care of home just puts us in a good situation. I thought last year, getting the wins early really helped us down the stretch. They make things easier, in January and February. But remember, normally we start these type of games in January. So we normally have 13 non-conference games to prepare for these moments. So all the ugly basketballs earlier, like we're kind of more polished. I think all around the conference it's like that. But I think we're going to have a lot of close games this year. I think our conference is just so good from 1 to 12. We're not going to have a lot of blowouts. But I think that for us, we have to understand that we can't dig ourselves a hole and have 11, 12-point deficits and expect to win games. That's just not the way it's going to go consistently. But I'm proud of our team's resiliency. I'm proud that we fought, we didn't give up. Like we looked determined to try to find a way to win, and we're able to do that. So I'm proud of us, and I think that was the good thing out of this game that came out of this game.